if you're not pushing to someplace mentally during your training, I think you're missing out on a whole nother aspect. So literally every single day, if by the end of the day I haven't done something where I'm like, I hate my life, or like this sucks, or I wanted to quit and chose not to, then I'm like, you need to do some sort of finisher. You need to, even if it's 5 minutes. I mean, you can smoke yourself in 5 minutes of push-ups if you want to. You know what I mean?
In the background of one of these clips right here, it just said "suffer beautifully."
Yes.
Is that your saying?
Yes, that's my saying. That's something I came up with.
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty accurate. You're going through this tough stuff to make everything else a little bit nicer, make everything else a little bit easier, right?
Yep. And it's also, I came up with that. That actually came up before I got sick, right? So you know how sometimes you'll throw something out in the universe and then the universe will throw it back on you and be like, so you said that. Are you going to live that? Right? And so I put that out, and I put it out when I was dealing with a lot of the adaptive athletes and stuff, because I saw those people go through very, very hard things in their life, whether they're born like that or it happened to them or whatever. And they chose to pick themselves out of that horrible situation and do something with it. And I think that's awesome, right? And like we've talked about in other parts of what we've been doing today, everyone has something, whether you're too old or you're too fat or you're too this or you're too that, or you're born without legs, you're born with cerebral palsy, or you throw up a lot, whatever your case may be, everyone has something, right? But the thing is, no one cares. No one cares about anyone else's stuff. Like, sure, I care. Like, I want you to be happy and I want whatever. But like, if you have a broken leg, I'm going to be like, oh, poor Mark. And then 5 minutes later, I'm going to be like, oh, I need to go do my squats, right? Like, sorry, but that's life. And
how long are you going to dwell over my broken leg for?
Exactly. Right? But the thing is that there's some people who, when they're suffering, everyone suffers. That's such the truth. Everyone suffers. Some people do it beautifully, and some people are whiny little babies about it. You know what I mean? And it's like if we're all working out and it's hot, right? It's 100 degrees in the gym and we're all working out. And that one dude who keeps going, it's so hot, it's so hot. And you're like, thanks, stupid. I didn't know. Thanks for letting me know that it's hot, right? Like, you're not helping the situation by complaining about it. Like, suffer beautifully, shut your mouth, deadpan your face, like, challenge it, attack that workout rather than just trying to survive it or get through it. Like, have some balls, man. Like put something in it. Like, and so many things in your life come down to that situation where, like, you're put back into a corner, or you're beat up, or you've been beaten like 12 times in a row. And it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to just stay down and get beat? Or are you going to get up and are you going to do something about it? There's an old Native American saying about like there's two wolves inside of everyone. And one is like negativity and like quitting and all that kind of stuff. And the other one's like persevering and getting through. And they're like, well, which one wins? It's the one you feed. Yeah. And that's true, right? Like, if you're in the gym constantly going, this sucks, I hate this, blah, 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 it's hot, you're not going to have a good workout. But if you're like, man, screw the heat. The heat's an opportunity. Everyone else, every single other person in here is worrying about the heat. I'm going to be the guy that attacks the heat, that says like, no, I wish it was hotter. I wish, you know what I mean? Like, if you can just switch over your mind, the physical stuff's easy. I mean, the body is a math problem. Like, if you eat the right things and you move enough, you lose body fat, you gain muscle. It happens for everybody. It's a little tougher for some people, but we figured it out. We know what to do to gain muscle and lose fat. We know what to do. But getting your mind to make that decision again and again, like the discipline of dieting. Dieting's not hard. You can follow virtually any diet and it will work. But getting someone to actually make that decision when all that temptation is in their face and like everyone else, like, no, it's Timmy's birthday. You need this cake. Like, just to stand up and be your own man or your own woman and just be like, this is who I am. I'm not going to complain about the heat. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to suffer beautifully. Yeah. Yes, I'm at a dinner and I can't have what you have. Well, do you need to honestly say like, no, I can't have that because on my diet I'm not allowed to? Or you're like, no, man, I'm going to have the steak. I'm going to have the steak and broccoli. That's what I'm eating. Cool. Like, have your pizza. It's awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm happy. But like, everyone finds the need to let everyone else know how hard their life is. And it's such a weak move. Mm-hmm. And like, especially now on the internet, like, I'll do something on the internet and someone will be like, oh man, I wish I could do that. And I'm like, you can, man. Like, it's so weak to like reach out and turn to another person and be like, well, I can't do that. I wish I could. Like, if I see you do something, and this has always been in me, I'm quietly going to be like a little pissed off and be like, stupid, you can do that. I can't do that. Right. And then I'm going to work my butt off to do it so I can show you up. Right. But I'm certainly not going to go, oh, I guess that's just not for me. Like, when I was 9, I thought I was going to play in the NBA. You know what I mean? I'm all about the impossibility. And that's just been part of my lifting the whole time.
Do you still have to check yourself? Like, do you still get a little grumpy and then you're like, come on, dude, like, why are you getting pissy about that? Like, just be thankful that you're even here.
Dude, it's a fight every single day, every single moment. Like anyone, look, I'm a very positive person. I'd say I'm more positive than most people. And every single day, every single moment is a choice. Like, I stubbed my toe. How are you going to deal with it, right? Like, everything from that to like your car not starting or like whatever it is, right? So like to say I am so thankful, man. Like, I am so thankful. But to say that I'm not like a pissy, grumpy dude, everyone is, right? Like when you're unhappy or things aren't going your way, or like even now, like I'll hit a good squat, but it's not as good as my squat was. And then I'm like, but it's like, you're not dead, stupid. You're able to lift. Like, so I'm constantly needing to do that. But just like the decision about whether to quit or persevere, it's a choice, right? Like, you control your attitude and you control your actions. That's the only two things you're really in control of. Outside of that, good things happen or bad things happen to good people. Like, you just have to deal with it. And the thing is like, no matter whether it is stubbing your toe or getting a terrible disease, like, it's a choice. It's a choice how you decide to respond. And you can suffer beautifully, or you can suffer like a little whiny baby. You know what I mean? Like, but suffering's coming for all of us. Like, you can't escape it. Everything costs something. But the thing is everything that's hard seems hard because it's overwhelming, right? If you break everything into manageable chunks, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So if you can just last one more minute, one more step, one more rep, it's just about that. And that builds a little bit of muscle. That builds a muscle in your brain that says, yeah, last time we wanted to quit at 10, but we didn't stop till 12. Maybe now we can make it to 15. Maybe next time we get 17, right? Like, it starts building those little wins, and those little wins ends up adding up till you face something real. And then hopefully you've built up those muscles. But if you haven't built up those muscles, they're not there. There's no one. We used to talk about it in my old job. People always used to say like they would rise to the occasion when like bad guys showed up. Like, no, you don't. No one rises to the occasion. On your meet day, you don't suddenly get 70 pounds stronger, right? You drop to your level of training because there's all these extra signals going off in your head. Like, your sympathetic nervous system's going off and fight or flight's going, there's a lot of stuff going on right now that isn't normal. Like, we need to pay attention to this because that, man, like, it's about what you have continually done, what you've practiced, what you've set in stone. And all those things come from the little wins every single day in the gym when no one's watching, when there are no lights, when there are no cameras. It's about when you're in your head, the whole thing about character, about like, what do you do when no one's watching? Like, that's true. Like, if you do 19 out of your 20 squats, I'm not counting, right? Like, I trust that you're doing 20 because if you cheat yourself, you know it. And if you're willing to live with that, then you made a choice, and that choice is going to haunt you through every single thing in your life, whether it be your relationships with your kids or your job, or whether you're picking up trash on the ground. What you chose to do on those squats is exactly what you're going to choose to do every other place.